makes your garden grow? Water and sunshine. What makes your spirit grow? Knowing that she'll be mine.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Freedom Homestead. I'm Jack, and I'm just down here checking out some of our food storage that we've been working on recently. We've been canning a lot, but what I really wanted to share with you on this video is actually an interview that we were very fortunate enough to do a few weeks ago. And it wasn't really an interview. Let me tell you the story really quickly. A couple of weeks back, we were having dinner with my parents, and after dinner we were just kind of sitting around the kitchen table, and they began to reminisce and tell some of the stories of when they were younger growing up. And as they began to tell these stories, about 15 minutes or 20 minutes into this conversation, I thought, I really need to be recording this. So I started recording it, not really to share as a video, but just for me personally. And but then some of the things they got to talking about was life growing up on their farm, and the dairy cows, and how they would sell milk, and that provided, you know, money for clothes, and then talking about butchering hogs, and just some of the stuff they had to do back then. And I titled this kind of an interview with the experts. I say that because, in my opinion, they are experts. They lived it. They have years and years and years of experience doing these things. They actually told some stories that I had never heard before. Now, since it was kind of impromptu, let me tell you this too. The camera was just, I just set my phone down on the kitchen table and angled it up at them. So at first it's kind of a little awkward camera angle looking at them. I thought some of the stories they shared, it was just so good. I just wanted to share this with some of our viewers. They may really enjoy kind of hearing some of these things as well. Don't forget also, if you haven't subscribed to Freedom Homestead, please do subscribe, hit those like buttons, hit the notification bell, and so you'll be able to follow us whenever we do post new videos, which we try to do every few days, post a new video. Every Monday night we try to do some live shows and chat with you guys, and we really enjoy that as well. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go right into the video of us talking with my parents.
Well, I didn't know that they all had dairy cows, so I guess y'all had to go out there and hand milk.
They get up before daylight and go milk,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what you get in,
Mm-hmm.
and milk them old cows. Of course, we didn't have no water or nothing like that.
Yeah, and what you get probably what, like 2 or 3 gallons a cow, wouldn't you?
Some of them would.
Yeah.
Some of them would. Most of them get about a gallon and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But we had some big old cows. They'd give close to 3 gallons.
Yeah.
But now they got Holsteins. They'll give as much as 8 or 10 gallons.
Whew,
You had
goodness.
you had about 20 milk cows.
They were one time that did.
Well, how long would it take you to hand milk 20 milk cows?
Probably about an hour and 15, 20 minutes.
Really? You could do that fast?
Well, I couldn't now, but I could then.
Yeah.
So we only had 4 or 5 to milk.
So you sold milk every day.
Two, Merle milk 3.
Did you also raise tobacco or hogs or?
Tobacco,
That
hogs,
was our money
goats
crop.
and sheep.
Mm-hmm.
So you did all that,
Mm-hmm.
but milk was your main thing.
Oh yeah, that's
And-
all the money. When the money come in, that we sold. Daddy said he always, every time he'd have a bunch of hogs for sale, he'd always have a bunch of hogs, and the hogs would drop down to nothing. And then if he didn't have no hogs, they'd go right.
There you go, Scott. Yeah. And y'all had a smokehouse too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would he, would y'all, I guess he would sell the pigs, but would y'all also like cure
Well,
them and then sell like hams
Yeah,
and stuff?
we always had killed pigs, and we always have maybe 4 or 5 of the farmers come around, and we get they have them big old tubs, you know, and they have to build a fire underneath of them and get the water real hot. And as soon as we kill the hogs, then we take them and they put them in there, and they take a chain and put on each side, and somebody get on that side, and they would pull them back and forth and turn the
Get
turn
the
the
hair
pigs
Get the
over.
hair off, yeah.
And then you could just scrape the hair right
No,
off
they
of them.
bring it out of the hot water and lay it out on the wagon.
Lay them on
That's
something.
what we had, a wagon. And then you use real sharp knives and you scrape all the hair
Scrape the
off.
hair off,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I've seen it done when I was a little bitty girl.
You had, y'all would store the meat in salt, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they cut the
We
the
didn't
meat
even have
up.
electricity, so we had to.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a big
Didn't have no
smokehouse.
freezer or
and-
nothing,
and
you know.
You had a salt house behind your house, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or
Smokehouse.
Yeah.
Well, they
smokehouse.
call it a smokehouse, but we didn't smoke nothing.
Well, we had another one over there where they used to live, in that house.
He used to live where I live. I mean, where we moved
We had a
to.
smokehouse over there too. We'd hang the hams and the shoulders all up, and and then we build a fire down there and close all the doors and smoke it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then smoke be rolling out of the walls. First time I ever seen that, when I come down from Louisville, I never had seen that, where they cured tobacco.
Yeah.
And I was going towards Russellville, and 2 or 3 barns on fire, smoke coming everywhere. What in the world is that, you know? Because I was on the fire department then, I thought, man, they need to call the
When
fire.
he saw smoke, he thought something was on fire.
And then I got to noticing, well, every barn you see down there, smoke coming out of it.
Y'all never did smoke y'all's tobacco, did you?
No, we didn't have that kind. We had burley.
What do you do with burley tobacco?
Burley tobacco is what they make cigarettes out of.
Oh, okay.
And
So what do you do with the smoked tobacco?
We
Is
had
that
to
chewing
strip
tobacco?
it.
cigars.
Oh, okay.
They make cigars out of them.
We all stripped all our tobacco behind.
Mhm.
There was trash, tips,
No,
red
it wouldn't
leaf.
go that way. It's trash, lugs, red leaf, tips.
Oh, right, tips were some.
Now they just strip it and put it all in one big thing and press it down and make a big,
Yeah,
you know, like a big
that's
plug.
easy.
They bell it.
And we worked so
bail it.
hard. And we,
Used to have to,
everybody, they lay all the tobacco down, and everybody stand in line, and then you strip yours and lay it over, and they done their leaves and lay it to the next one, lay it to
till
the,
you got down to
and
the
to-
stalk and then it,
down to the tips. I always got the tips because I was the least. And,
the tips are the hardest ones to pull. Because they get hard on the end, you can't get them off.
and then I had,
Now, your smokehouse out back, though, did y'all have like a chest or a box that y'all put the meat in, like
Yep.
a salt?
Yeah, we had
like
a big
we
old,
had a big
big old salt box. It's about,
salt box.
oh, it's about that big and probably as deep as this.
Kind of looked like a big chest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Just a wooden
And,
box with a
The,
lid on it.
what they call the middlings, the sides and that, we'd all salt them down and go ahead and put them in there. We wouldn't smoke them. But anyway, we put them in there and leave them in the salt till we got ready to eat them. And then we'd go out there and cut us a big chunk off and take them in the house, slice them, have bacon and,
You ever have fat back?
huh?
Did y'all cook fat back?
They cooked everything.
Yeah, but I don't think we called it that, did we?
I don't
No.
know what
Well,
else
how,
to
how'd
call
you
it.
get the salt? The salt was expensive, wasn't it?
Oh, no. You buy
You buy
salt for
real big
$1.50 for probably for
bo-
50
sack
pounds.
of salt,
Wow.
And
great big
you
sack.
put the salt down in the bottom of it, and then you lay the meat on top of it. And then you put more salt on top of it and rub it down, and
Yeah.
then put another piece on top of that and rub it down. You know, and
How long would that keep?
to keep all year.
All summer.
Nothing get into it, flies or mice or nothing wouldn't get into that salt. And that's the way we kept it.
You get hungry, you just go out there and cut you off.
I had to go out there and come home from school and be a big old ham or something out there, and I'd take me a butcher knife out there and cut me off a slice of it, put it on a sandwich and take off.
Not even cook it.
No, it was already smoked.
That
It
was after you
wouldn't cook.
smoked it?
Huh? Yeah, after we smoked it,
You'd
got-
smoke it and then put it in the salt?
we'd hang that up in the ceiling most of the time.
Well, better not see a piece cut off of our ham. Daddy would have took a switch to us. if
Well,
we'd
we
done
did.
that.
And the hams after they're smoked, won't nothing bother that either. Cause that's, you know,
We
how
didn't
they,
smoke nothing.
uh,
And we hung,
I
and
don't know
ours was
why,
hanging up.
but, you know, smoked ham, of course, it was underneath that, flame and smoke went in it, you know, and
Did y'all cover it up with anything? I
No.
mean, you see country hams in those
and
sacks now,
yeah, they do that now.
but y'all didn't.
Oh, we didn't have no sacks.
But nothing would get on them.
But,
Where would
I mean, it
where
wasn't-
would you store your milk?
Yeah, if it wasn't cured or
How would
anything,
you
it
keep your
rot.
milk cold?
We kept ours in a spring
Well,
house.
we had ours down in the spring. I had to walk about here to the other side of them, that pond out there.
Yeah.
Off over a hill. I'd have to take the milk down there every morning and put it in the spring. And then every night before we got to eat supper, I had to go down and get it. And sometimes it'd be after dark and it scared me to death. Them hoot owls are hollering and
I can't imagine you being out after dark. He won't, even to this day, he don't like to go out in the
it
dark.
scared me
He
to death
wants to
back when I
turn
was a
every,
kid. I mean, I
he won't
wasn't
even
very
go
old.
out through the house without turning on
Did
every
y'all have
light in the house.
coyotes?
Nah, I never seen it. We never heard of a coyote back then.
Did y'all's mamas make cheese? I mean, I'm
No.
sure y'all had a lot of butter, but
Oh, she made
We never made
Regular butter.
cheese.
didn't make cheese.
We made our own butter.
Yeah.
pour the milk in this gallon jug, put the top on it and shake it.
But
Back
we
and
had a
forth.
churn.
And actually once got one of the butter, well, ours had a bigger top than what
You
the,
sit there, churn,
pull that-
churn.
Want some more?
no. And,
But we have put it, if you're just gonna do a little, put it in a jug and shake it.
And shake it.
we put that, shake it out there till it made a big ball. And you take that out and throw the milk away and
Or give it
take
to the pigs.
take the butter in there and salt it down, you know, real good. And it's good stuff.
Yeah.
How many
Throw
hogs
our
did you
buttermilk
have?
away.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least
Well, we
kept our
have
butter.
sometimes we
I
have
like buttermilk.
3 or 4
Even to
sows
this
and
day, I
4
still like buttermilk.
I've
hog
tried it.
and then we liable
You
to have
can't
20 or
drink
30 little pigs.
buttermilk.
Did
And
you ever have any mean ones get on you? Get after you?
I had one of them one time when we lived over there to where Mama's place. We had this old sow in there and she had a bunch of little bitty pigs. And I had a little bitty goat. And it jumped, somebody or another, it jumped in there and got in there. And of course, it didn't last about 3 minutes.
Oh no.
And it killed that goat. Boy. Oh, it killed that goat. 'Cause she didn't want that goat to get them pigs.
Well, we had a friend get attacked by his pig. I guess it had little ones.
Oh,
and
they can be,
Yeah, they can get
they
mean.
can
boy,
be
when
really mean.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Todd?
We had one old
Yeah, I was
sow.
kind of afraid of them, you know. Well, it's a good thing to be afraid of them when they had little ones. Daddy was gone somewhere to do something, I don't know. He was coming in late. And, of course, I went ahead and milked. And his old cow, he had a big old cow that he always milked. And I was in there milking her. And about the time I got the bucket about half full, she kicked the bucket over and made me mad, and I hauled off and kicked her on the stomach.
Oh no.
Man, she got mad. She got me up against the wall.
Oh no.
She butted me.
So you made money milking cows,
Oh yeah.
and you made money with hogs. What else did you do? I mean, any other animals, or did you just mostly
no,
raise
we-
tobacco?
Tobacco and corn and of course hay. You know, we had to have hay to feed.
How'd you cut the hay?
Old mowing
With the
machine,
mowing
the
machine.
tractor pulling it. I mean, 2 mules pulling it.
Yep.
Two mules pulling.
It had a long blade that
Did it
stuck
just
way
turn?
out.
Huh?
Did it turn, or
No,
No.
it had a sickle bar went across.
It had
Like
a
that.
long blade that you let down and
did you have to
It's
manually
really long.
move the sickle bar back and forth?
No. When the wheels turned, it went back and forth.
Oh, okay.
And of course you had to sit up on a little old bitty thing and hold mules, you know, and tell them which way to go.
So once you cut it like that, how did y'all get it all up?
We had an old rake. It would go down through there, and it had things. It'd rake it up, and then it had a dump on it. And we'd make rows, and then we'd when it got the rows up, dried up, we'd put it up on the wagon with pitchforks, and take it to the barn and throw it up in the attic.
Like the Amish still do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way they
So
still
you just
do
threw
it.
it up in the barn loft,
Yeah.
loose?
yeah. I got up there. Daddy told me to get up there one time and tromp it down so it could get more up there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know how I guess you know how the racks was in the barn where you put the hay down, you know.
Yeah.
Look like
Yeah.
like that.
Well, I fell upside down backwards in one of them.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh, I thought I was dead.
Kenny, it's a wonder you're here, Ronnie.
Were you stuck upside down?
Well, yeah, but I finally I was limber enough then I could just turn around and get back out of it. But Daddy,
It's like you're limber.
I told him, I said,
Is that why you don't want to go caving with me?
yeah. No, the reason I don't want to go caving with you is I had night terrors for a long time when I was a kid. My Uncle Roe had a wreck up there in front of Daddy Pat's and went in the ditch and turned over and had a sinkhole there.
Really?
And I don't know, I had,
He just missed, you said, from going into the sinkhole. But you
Well,
hadn't, he dreamed about
I
it.
dreamed about it for years.
Hmm.
But I don't like to be on
Well,
the
I'd
ground.
never heard that story about Granddad. What was he hauling? He was hauling
Cane.
cane.
That's slick too.
I never heard that story about hauling that and the wagon tipped over and knocked him out.
No, the wagon just turned sideways like that.
It
And
was
did
a
for
hole.
He had it
Kind
stacked
of.
up so high, and all it they slick, and all it just went off.
Oh, and he fell off of it.
And he fell off of it, and of course he couldn't hold the mules, and he hit right on his shoulder, and broke his shoulder blade in two.
And knocked him out.
Yeah, it knocked him out. It took him 3 or 4 minutes to come to. I thought he was dead. And Mama did too. She scared her to death. But
And you were 15 when that happened?
I somewhere along there. But I remember one time, Daddy told me to go get the mules, and of course you remember the schoolhouse field, how far it was
Oh, yeah.
over there. So I went over there. I got them started home, and they was going on down the path. You know, cows and horses makes paths wherever they go. And I got about halfway there, and they decided they wasn't gonna go. And they turned around and they went through the woods. I mean, they was flying, and I could run fast. And I could have hit them off if I hadn't hit these green bars.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
I hit them green bars as big as my finger, and I hit them things, and I bet I swung out as far as here's that fan, and it throwed me back. And I went to the house, and I mean, I had blood all over me. I was cut all to pieces.
Aw.
And Daddy got the shotgun, double barrel. He went over there. He shot them old mules in the butt. Buddy, they went in their stall. They know what stall they went. And he didn't hurt them, but they did have a little bunch of blood coming out of their back.
Mother Indians. Oh my
But
goodness.
and then on, I went and got them. They went to the house.
They know where to go.
Yeah, they did.
Gee whiz.
And then another thing we had an old cow that started getting out over there down below y'all's house, down there around the tobacco patch. And we could not get her to stop. So Daddy went to town and got a electric fence. And we put that
Never
electric,
been in an electric fence.
we put that electric fence all the way around that field. And Daddy said, well, you reckon it'll work? I said, I don't know. He said, go get some shucks out of the crib.
Oh no.
Got them shucks and throw them over the fence. Now, them old mules, they went over and they reached over there and they hit them. They stood straight up in there. They run plumb outside.
Oh man.
Well, what about the old cow?
The old cow didn't get out no more.
Electric fence kept her in.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Electric fence then was probably a whole lot more potent than what they are now with a battery.
I'm sure.
Oh,
they
yeah. About knock
You-
you down.
You could take a hold of it and I'd take a hold of you and it wouldn't hurt me if it didn't knock apart of you.
Yeah.
It was the last one that was holding of us one it got.
We did that at school.
Were you a teenager
When we were
then?
taking
Oh yeah.
So that's after y'all got
Science.
electricity.
in our science
You were
class.
8 years old?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then he got an electric fence after that.
Yeah, then we went and Daddy went and bought a chest type deep freeze. And we killed a cow. That's the first cow we ever had killed. All the rest of it was hogs. Of course, you can't hang a cow up like that, I don't reckon.
Right.
And when we killed hogs, we had this big old black kettle out there about that big around. And we'd go out there and build a fire on it and get it boiling. And all the stuff, the hog, when we had the scraps and all that, we put that in and made cracklings.
Oh yeah,
And
It was the skins.
yeah.
it wasn't
can make
skins, it was
crackers.
everything. It was all the fat and everything
Pork
that
rinds.
come
Oh,
off of
well,
it.
yeah, it boiled the fat out.
Emily made a bunch of those at the restaurant a while back, and they were good.
I don't
I
know.
love
Yeah.
cracklings.
But then after that, well, then all the stuff was left in it was the lard. And then we put that in 5-gallon buckets.
Joe cook with that?
Yeah, it's the only thing we had to
Yeah.
cook.
We never had to buy.
Oil.
No, I didn't buy no,
Never
didn't know what
seen
all
oil
was back
till-
then.
Yeah.
I remember the
bought-
strawberry patch.
Yeah. Then on Walters Avenue.
Yeah.
I worked myself to death in that strawberry patch.
I remember I'd just sit out there in the middle of it and just eat strawberries all
Yeah.
day.
Oh, they was, I mean, we
You
had
was
some
only
big
about
ones.
5
Yes.
years old.
I remember
Well, you
people would
get
come
three
from all over to
3 or
pick
4
strawberries.
strawberries and then you could always get in it. They's that big.
They were huge.
Did y'all have?
We had some of the biggest
About a
strawberries
half
I've
acre?
ever seen.
No, we had
And
about
I
fields
used
of
to pick
acres.
strawberries
Oh,
when I
okay.
was
Well,
in
it seemed
school.
like a half acre
We had a
when I'm 5 years old.
Truck come around and pick up anybody that wanted to go pick strawberries, and he'd take us to Portland. That's where we went and picked strawberries every day.
Right.
3 nanny goats over there when we lived on Walters Avenue. And we went somewhere and come back home and we had 6 little ones.
We was at work at that
Yeah.
store,
So
and I
all
come
had
home
twins.
and I
Every
got
one
out
of
of the
them,
car
all
and I
3 of
heard all these little baby goats.
They was beautiful, just little white things.
And I went out there. Every one of them mamas had twins.
Yeah.
They had 6 little ones,
Aw.
and some of them had come through
Well, they didn't know.
They weren't with their mamas.
You have to catch them, put them back over the fence. I used to raise
He raised bird dogs on the
those
wall.
Pharaoh quail.
But you was too
You
young to
remember them?
remember that.
Pharaoh
Because we
quail.
moved down here
They're a
when
lot
Jackie
bigger
was
than Bob
6
White's.
months old.
And I wrote a letter to Frankfurt and asked them why that they didn't turn loose, Pharaoh quail, because they get so big and quick. And I think 6 weeks time they grown.
Yeah.
And I sent a letter up there and they sent it back and they said that they did turn a bunch of them loose and they banned them and they wound up in 7 states.
Really?
Oh, they flew
They
away?
moved. They don't.
migrate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the reason they don't have any in
Oh.
Kentucky around.
They just don't like this area.
But you'd have them be almost as big as a little Baney. I mean, almost.
What?
Those Pharaoh quails.
Pharaoh quails.
But
I know you trained bird dogs. You raised bird dogs and
Oh,
trained
yeah.
them, and
We
then
had
that's
a
what
whole
we
lot of
used to
them.
go quail
They
hunting,
had
right?
puppies too. They were
Yeah.
so pretty.
what?
The little puppies, bird dogs.
Oh yeah.
Him doing
Great
it.
big old bird dog is a pointer. He had a head about that big, and muscles. He would stand there and jump all day long, especially if anybody was out there.
Well,
And,
Jackie would be out there.
Yeah, he'd
And
go out
that
there.
was his favorite place to play.
He'd go out there and feed that dog rocks all day. And he'd take them, lay them down, take them, lay them down.
That's funny.
And
He'd have a pile of rocks.
anyway, he was a good old dog. He was cross-eyed. He looked at you like, you don't remember that?
Remember that?
He sure was. He was
Yeah.
cross-eyed. Oh, we've had some fun. We've had some bad times.
So guys, we hope you really enjoyed that. I just really personally enjoyed being able to capture that conversation and hear some of the stories. And thank you for allowing us to share something like this with you guys. So we appreciate you watching, and until next time.